What's poppin', people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We have some more BT16 footage. I'm doing things a little bit different. We do have the EVO Cup final ahead of time. This is coming out at 12:30. And if you want to see the deck profile, the 50, you're intrigued by what you saw and you want to see more, second video coming out at 2 p.m. English time. So we're going to see a Belphemon in the back and a TK, which is going to load up a source. I don't think that was a level 4. And the red string of fate is just going to be stuck on Belphie's side of the screen. I just didn't check it. Very unlucky. No rookie. And a Karasa to open up on his side. So slow start, and it does not have a level 4 there. So Saf looks like he's stuck as well now. No, level 4 is kind of rough. So we're just going to drop a Belphemon here rather than save, like, open pass and then go for an EVO in the back to get some cycle. So just trying to stop anything being played by an effect. But this early, I don't think we're really going to see play by effects, which is why the Karata just in the back. Belphie still kind of slow, but with Saf stuck here as well, it looks like we might just be looking at an open pass. I don't think there's any reason to swing here because you're just giving up a lot of advantage if you do. So he's just going to play patient. We are going to get that draw 2, pitch 2. So that's a Piedmon and a sleep mode in the back now. And we're finally going to see a Digimon committers. We're going to draw 2, pitch 2. There goes the machine and a second rage mode. Always want to see those go into trash ASAP. And there we go. Finally, a level 4. The rapid comes down, is going to choke to 1. If it blocks, it will take out the Gizmon AT, and I don't think that thing is floating. Just 1 memory, so maybe the 1 memory is going to get turned into an Ukomon. And do we Analog Youth? It's a good pass, unless it hits Analog Youth and Digimon Emperor. That would have been a great... Well, to be fair, I guess Digimon Emperor with no rookies in the back isn't exactly going to be doing anything. Going to see a TK to peak, picks up a TK, and then we're going to load a Rapid X in. So we're at 1, or -1. He's going to gain 2, then gain 1 off the TK and the Patter. We did also find a Kudamon off the draw. And here, ooh, swings to minus, being greedy. Does hit an Akihiro, and we are going to just Emissary, make the Rapid X for 0. And then we are going to recover 1, and that's going to be -4k to the board. So that's why he actually swung with it, so that way he get the minus. So he is now up to 3 memory, which means he can now drop the memory set of TK to take a look and see what he recovered. Magnet X is in there, but there's no other armor really to get through it. So I'm not really sure what he's going to pick up here. He's going to go for the Patamon as an additional rookie, and we're going to recover. So definitely a slow start, but with that ruin mode, well, that pseudo ruin mode set up, it does make things a little bit more awkward. Belphie not going to be swinging at security anyway, so he's not going to have to worry about that -4. We are going to take the Metal Seedramon, and we are going to get that hatch. So 3 Karata and Analog Youth, it's not ideal. But you got to remember, the strategy here for Belphie is a 50-50 between that and Belphie. There was one thing that we weren't sure about. He messaged before recording. It's like to look out for something. There might have been a misplay that neither of them caught until, I think, testing under the sim. Because Astamon only can pop a purple Digimon, so we're actually not able to pop the Ukomon here. So that's something that neither of them caught until now. It's also not something that really came up with Belphemon players before, because you weren't exactly... Like, Ukomon is a relatively new thing. But yeah, Astamon can't pop the Ukomons, which is quite unfortunate, but... Again, it's one of those things that you don't quite realize until you've got a couple more reps on it. So we're going to see the Magnet X, which is going to swing. We're going to pitch 2 in order to stop the attack. He doesn't play out the level 4 from trash, though. But I guess it doesn't matter, because he's just gonna... He can do it when the Karata goes. I guess maybe just trying to play around in case he got suspended whilst doing it. 3rd TK out, so we are Tamer heavy on both sides, and that's going to be a rapid going in. Gain back 3, and double draw. Just going to play the Patamon. What's the point of playing the Patamon? So, end of opponent's turn is going to try and purge straight down, and then we're going to go 2nd Karata, and that brings down the Patamon, and he doesn't need to do the 3rd one. He still wants to keep that for cycle, and he's just going to leave it. Then... yeah. use the Akihiro and the Asta to get the Gizmon at the end of his turn. And then we're going to wake up. Every day I wake up, and when I wake up, I'm mad. So we're going to pop all the 5s or lowers. Really just are not safe unless you're a level 7. And there comes the sleep mode. Sleep mode going to load up another Belphemon here. And that is a very stacked one. Speaking of load up, we are going to put the Apocalymon. And that's going to be taking 3 Dark Masters. It looks like we're going to get the Machine, the Piedmon, and the Metal Siegramon. That's his favorite setup because it does give you the reboot blocker as well as retail. So should anything go awry, he can actually just swing and get the pop. End of his turn, he is going to get to mill 10 because the on-play of the Belphemon loads up the sleep mode. So you can see 5 and 5 is going to just straight mill 10 there off the top. I'm going to pass over with the memory setter. No protection right now, and he does have not just a retail block, but he also has the ability to pitch. If he pitches, it's going to stop the attack from going through, so you'd have to find another way to get protection, but both of these are protected, so Saf's going to start counting his deck to check and see what he can get away with here. Going to go for the rapid, but again, end of turn, we're going to load up the Akihiro, which is going to shoot the Magnamon X, which is going to bring it down to the 4s. And I'm going to wake up, which is going to purge it down. He's just double checking to see how many cards are in his deck here. It looked like 12 when I counted there. So Balfi needs to, at end of turn, load up another Belphemon. Yep, end of turn, loads it up. That mills exactly 12, and he takes game 1.
Matrix Digivolution.
Don't you hate it when you're in this situation? Trying to find the number on the dice to show how much DP gain your card has received. It's also unreadable. Now let's take a look at if you had some lovely markers from Conquest Collectibles. Right here you can see it's a lot quicker, a lot simpler, and a lot more efficient. Not only that, but you are signing yourself up to some high quality resin handcrafted markers available in purple, yellow, green, both light and dark, black, orange, and many more to your liking. So grab yours today from Conquest Collectibles, links in the description.
Alright, Balfi's going to be doing a pile shuffle, so whilst the pile shuffle's going on, I want to say a thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel. I appreciate everyone that has joined the memberships and also joined the subscriber base. You guys are all great. But from the top, we do have Just Justice Josh at the Mega level, a tier 3 on Twitch, as well as an Ultimate here on YouTube. For our Ultimates, we do have the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks, and 3 Strike Rule. And we're going to see a Patamon and a physical training to start off, which is a much better start than last time. And we'll see the egg pops to pitch for 1, and then the Digimon Emperor to scam him, and Saf whiffing on the 4s again. No TK to load it this time, but he can at least crack the training to go into the rapid. Ooh, doesn't get the suspension and doesn't get the -5. So right now he's playing around Armor Purge. Gonna pop the level 3. And then is going to pitch off 2, and then we're going to pop the egg to go for 1. So going for as much cycle as he can before he commits to popping an egg, and then we're going to have the Patamon, and he has to figure out whether he wants to go into the Magna here. Instead, we're going to go for taking something out. We're going to load the 6, is memory efficient, and then is going to go over to the Magnamon X with the protection thanks to the Awakening. So he's still in liability of Patamon pushing out, but since he's checked his security and hasn't recovered, he knows that the Patamon's actually not going to fire, so he just needs to, he can kind of wait for the Patamon to show up because it's not going to give him the pop. This time we are going to have a very legal Astamon target, as all of the Digimon are purple. So we're going to pop the Proto here in order to go into Belphemon. Belphemon load the sleep mode to gain protection and can no longer attack players. And it does not look like we're going to see the float off the Gizmon if we do not have it. He is going to spend the memory because, I mean, if you're past that much, you don't feel as bad about the Patamon here. Annoyingly for Saf, though, there's no way for him to play the Pillowmon out during Balfi's turn. Because if he had the Pillowmon to stop the Astamon at the end of turn, then he can still pull off some nonsense. Ooh, burnt up card of security with the Nyaromon thing. So he is going to die in the swing, but it's gained its important thing, which is the protection as a result. He could use the Pillowmon here to stop... Well, there's no Astamon, actually. Yeah, so he doesn't even gain anything out of it. Is going to swing, is going to hit the Analog Youth. I didn't see what was milled and picked up, but tis okay. Do you drop a Heaven's Judgment here and just try and clear the two ATs? It passes 4, but it plays some board control just to take a lethal push off board. The thing that Saf, I guess, is trying to play around is just trying to, like, I don't know, trying to build a board that is harder to clear whilst there's no Karata. I'm going to wake up at the start of main after doing the Ukomon raising shenanigans. The problem is with stunning it is he can swing, and he is big enough to go over the magnet. Interesting enough, he pops the Ukomon rather than going with the Gizmon. Yeah, he's just swinging over the Rapid. I don't hate that at all. Oh, is he trying to figure out whether counter timing is worth it? Because he's recover +1 would then put him to 5, which would be enough to kill the Gizmon AT because it's at 4 right now, but you are going to die instantly. But the thing is, I think you're threatening this piece getting lost anyway. So instead, he's just going to have the Purge come down, so now he's +4. We are going to swing over it, so commits 3 bodies, or 3 attacks into the Magnamon X in order to be over it. And we're going to go into a sleep mode, which is going to lock down once again for 1. And I don't think there's anything worth lamenting here. And dropping Piedmon is high-key trolling. So do we just drop an Uko and then something else and just call it a day? We're setting up so many bodies. There's no Psychmon or anything. Okay, we are dropping the Piedmon. We are clowning around. It does full clear the board, and it does force him to play on the back foot. Still no Karata, but also very few bodies. An Ace coming down to try and take a lethal push off board is kind of not gonna happen. TK is gonna take the training out. So do you drop training here? The thing is, I really don't know how he gets around this. Because even... Well, Heaven's Judgment will do 12. So if you Heaven's Judgment, you can kill 2 ATs and force them to float. But the problem is if they... Ooh, this is so worth it. No, Saf. If he dropped the Heavens here, it would do 2 things. And with the Pillowmon, it would stop it from floating. So he would have been able to take 2 things off the board. He'd still, admittedly, probably be in lethal range thinking about it. Because the swing, pop the Piedmon, unsuspend, swing, Uko is still game. So we are going to get the double clear. No, you can't float, Belphi. Yeah, okay, cool. So good stuff there. The Pillowmon actually gets value here, like giga hard value. Hatch and gain 1 off the Uko. And now things get a bit awkward. He could still slam a body, which actually wouldn't be the worst thing. We're going to swing, hits the TK, pick 1, and then... It doesn't really matter what you load. It's going to put the Rapid X there. It's going to pop. Just going to pitch off 1 in order to draw 2. You're going to swing Heaven's Judgment. So we are going to die on that final check. Loading the Rapid to the very end was kind of worth it. I guess that's why Saf put a big body there, because he was banking on the lethal push hitting the Heavens that he saw was in there. And Balfi is not on Louis or anything like that. So he's just going to put 2 bodies down. And Saf with 3 has to find a way... This it recovers 1, but it won't be enough to shoot it is the problem. So he has to like... Yeah, it would have had to have been like the Rapid find it or something, but I really don't know what he can do here. So he'll gain 1 off the TK, but the problem is he won't get the kill. There's no Rapid X, so he would have to just see it. So we're going to gain 1. Ooh. Either way, we're good. Do not know what happened there. The Red String of Fate is taking over even more and more of Balfi's side of the field. And we're just going to bank. Does take a look and see if it was going to turn into a Rapid X. That would have been crazy. We're just going to drop the 7. And at the very least, it takes a Rush Body off the board. So Saf has stalled for an extra turn, but it might be looking like we're going to be crowning an EVO champion in just a moment. So I want to say a thank you to the champions of the channel. Shinikari, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solar Ouroboros, and Seb Bainbridge. Creams, appreciate all that you do. And if you've appreciated seeing a new take on how to really keep Yellow Vaccine on the back foot, in the both aggressive version with the Belphemon and the mill version of Apocalymon, we will be having that deck profile come in for you very soon. In fact, in 2 hours from when this goes live. Gonna lament back the Belphemon in order to just make sure that you can cancel one thing. Obviously, it's not going to be off of the Aster, but as much as I said that it is there, we could be going potentially into a game 3. Gonna see well, attempt at suspension. Instead, we're just gonna build the big wall. Is gonna pop the... Oh, that's a lot of memory because he couldn't get rid of the Magnet Angemon. Oh, is gonna play the Gizmon AT. Yeah, we're at 4, so he's gonna swing. He will be bigger. He is gonna purge down. We're gonna pop, which is gonna flow into the Gizmon, and we are going to swing that final check for game. So Balfi gonna be your EVO Cup champion. No games dropped. Unfortunate about the Ukamon in game 1, but it be like that sometimes. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, then we will see you, of course, in the next one. Until next time, have yourselves a damn good one.